In order to survive the impending economic collapse, more than half of all Americans will have to rely on credit cards and emergency savings. This is a critical time to prepare for the next great economic crisis because our economic and financial systems are under attack from multiple threats, and the clock is ticking rapidly, but the vast majority of us are completely unprepared. Before you check out the following stats, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on our next videos. Listed below are warning indications indicating the majority of Americans are financially ill-equipped to deal with the impending financial crisis. Financial advisors advise people to save 6 to 9 months' worth of expenses in case of a crisis, but a new Bankrate survey found that 25% of Americans have no emergency savings at all, which means that 1 in 4 Americans cannot afford an emergency expense. The United States grapples with wildfires, flooding, and droughts every year. But this means that 1 in 4 Americans cannot afford to cover an emergency expense according to the survey. More than half of low-income households don't have enough emergency savings to cover 6 months' worth of expenses, according to a BankrateSurvey.com report. McBride stresses the importance of having savings, and he explains that you may have to stair-step your way up to it. But the sooner you form that habit, the longer it will stay with you. Then it becomes automatic as your income grows. Most people in the United States would be forced to take out a loan from relatives or friends in order to cover an unexpected $1,000 expenditure. Taking out a personal loan from a bank or charging a credit card is a sign that people are so close to the edge financially, said McBride. American consumers believe it will take 2 years or more to pay off their credit card debt, while 8% feel they can pay it off within 5 years, and 2% fear they will never pay it off. According to a survey by Inside 1031, at least 15% of Americans have had credit card debt for 15 years. According to the report, 55% of respondents carry a monthly credit card load, and more than a third of those people haven't been debt-free since before 2018. 89% of Americans now rely on credit cards to pay for the majority of their daily needs. 61% of generational ears and 53% of millennials use credit cards to pay for necessities. But the amount of boomers who do the same is also considerable, at 26%. According to data issued by the Pew Research Center, nearly half of all Americans are unable to afford the homes in which they currently reside. The number of Americans who say they are financially struggling to make their current housing payments has risen by 10% in the last 4 years, according to a survey that also found that 85% of respondents were concerned about the availability of affordable housing. 6.3.2 in the fourth quarter of 2019, down to 54.2 in the fourth quarter of 2021 in the Wells Fargo Housing Opportunity Index, which assesses the ability to qualify for a 30-year mortgage without spending more than 25% of their income. The NAB's priced-out estimates show that 87.5 million households are unable to afford a median-priced home, which includes a 10% deposit, a 30-year mortgage at 3.5%, and an income-to-payment ratio of 28. This means that nearly 70% of American households are priced out of purchasing a home, and this is before rising mortgage rates are taken into account. Additionally, the NAB's priced-out estimates show that for every $1,000 increase in the price of homes, another 117,932 households are priced out of the market, and each quarter of a percentage point increase in mortgage rates, for example from 4.5 to 4.75%, excludes another shocking 1.1 million households. After rising from 3.09 to 5.0% on April 14, 2022, mortgage rates impeded American families' ability to buy a home by nearly 2 percentage points. $15 trillion in national household debt, including credit card debt, mortgage debt, and home equity lines of credit, is currently in the hands of the average U.S. household. That's up 6.2% from a year earlier, According to statistics from the U.S. Census Bureau, according to an analysis by CNBC of data from the Census Bureau, only 78% of Americans have enough water and canned goods on hand to cover their basic needs in the event of a disaster, according to a research conducted by the Pew Research Center. 6 out of 10 Americans apparently do not have an emergency evacuation package, indicating that many customers are unprepared in case of an emergency evacuation. If you're new to this, we have several other videos on this channel that might help you get started. The most important thing right now is to be alert and develop an emergency plan. For more such informative videos, subscribe to our channel and like the video. See you in the next video.